It begins.
Hello everybody, it's BROFIGHTS back again with some more Paladins gameplay featuring Willow and our buddy Pip. So this is an earlier match in the whole session actually, but I decided to put it up later on instead of earlier because it kind of highlights some of the things I was talking about in the earlier episodes in this Pip session here. Pip session. Anyway, you know, a couple things like I was talking about, not flying in close quarters, just not a good idea. It doesn't do anything for you, but, you know, in this match I was kind of not too accustomed with it yet. It was pretty early for me in my experience using it. So, you know, it's a good, I wanted to show it to you guys and just, you know, so you can see, you know, a situation where you don't want to use it versus a situation where you do. And in this episode here, you're going to see a lot of kills that I string together just using her mobility, using the elevation of the map as well. You know, height is your friend in Paladins. If you are higher than someone, you can deal a lot more damage in the time it takes for them to look up at you, if I worded that right. But, you know, elevation is your friend. The maps are really creative with where they position you and you know, the lines that, you know, like I was mentioning before about line of sight. And this map, it provides you different elevations, it provides you many little nooks and crannies to kind of sneak and hide in. I get messed up by the sniper character. I cannot remember her name right now. But the one with the big orange gun. And, you know, that character's a good example as I throw a grenade really poorly there. But that character's a good example of how this game kind of encourages you to think about the map and use the map creatively. There can be a lot of payoff with it. You can see the little devil right there. Yeah, that's the one that got me. But anyway, yeah, there's a few situations here where I get some really good doubles and triple kill streaks, but we are up against some tough characters in this match. We have a Ruckus on the enemy team, and Ruckus, I'm going to make a bad joke. Ruckus causes a ruckus, hee hee ha ha. But anyway, that character Ruckus is very difficult to deal with if you are not able to kind of get his shields down early on enough. But if you team shoot, and team shooting is encouraged, people, if you team shoot, you have great success, unlike me right there as I glitch out through the map as I go into butterfly mode and then get shot in the face. But, oh god, it's hard to watch that back, isn't it? It's just, oh, the salt levels are high. Anywho, you can see my perk screen there. I haven't picked up much other than the norm. Again, I strongly encourage the use of Wrecker with Willow. Extra damage is always good, everybody. You cannot have enough damage in this game regardless of class. You know, that's not to say that healers aren't useful in their own right. I played a 4-hour session with a Pip player, and Pip is a great character, does awesome damage, and in fact, in round 1 here, you are going to see Pip hold it down for our team, as I'm unable to do a lot of serious damage because of the groove that Ruckus has got himself into here. You know, Pip's base weapon does enough damage for us, and it's clutch performance by the kid, for sure. But anywho, round 1, back and forth with this enemy team. There's a good double there. I like these kinds of matches in Paladins where it really is back and forth, and it's about the objective and moving that payload around. The payload becomes, you know, a focal point for the whole matchup, and it becomes, you know, again, it's a point of action for everybody, but it's fun. It's nice to have that tandem push and pull and, you know, the give and take of the match, because it really is about momentum in this. When an enemy team builds that momentum and they suppress you and they're just on your shit, it is so unbelievably difficult to crawl your way out of that. I've had moments where I've been able to do it late in matches. Previous episode where I did a Tyra gameplay, I was able to have a situation where I did that, but, you know, in other cases, you're not so lucky. And here, I don't know what I was shooting at, and my character just disappeared there. A little buggy in the beta sometimes. Here's Pip. There he goes with his little jumpy jumps. Good job, dude. So, round 2 works out a little better for me early on. You'll see here coming up some really good kill streaks put together. Nothing too high, but they're just nice kills, I think. And again, nice use of line of sight here. I have the elevation, and just based on positioning, I'm able to do decent damage. Fine. I get shot down, but I'm doing damage for my team, and I am getting rewarded for dealing that damage. So at the end of the day, what does Paladins encourage you to do? Shoot all the time. Don't sit in camp. Shoot all the time. Use it. You know what I mean? There's payoff to just helping your team with suppression fire and all these other things. Characters like Victor. Here's a great example of the flying. Good grenade throw, and I get the one-up on Ruckus here. As I'm able to get the one-up on him, even though his shields are up, I get the good double right there. And we'll see a couple other characters pop into screen here to get that objective. Again, because of the elevation, I'm able to sit back a little bit, bide my time, and evaluate the situation on the objective. I'm using the objective as bait. Again, it's, you know, basic stuff. I'm sure so many people have said this on YouTube before, but I'm just saying, I'm using the objective as bait. I'm using it as a focal point or a I guess a pivot point for my movement. You know, I'm using it as a reference for a lot of things when I'm trying to position myself. With Willow, I try to use, you know, the old Phil Jackson triangle offense thing. If I'm able to corner a guy or I'm able to get a position where I've flanked someone or got behind them, I move in a large triangle around that person to maintain good line of sight, to maximize my damage and my efficiency on shot, which is cool. But it is very unfortunate at the end of this that we aren't able to pull out the victory as a team, but it's a pretty good example of what Willow and Pip can do together. It's a good pairing. I mean, with Willow's abilities to drain health and Pip's abilities to regenerate it, I think it's a no-brainer really to party up with a guy like that. And you know, I hope someday down the road some of you guys might want to party up together. I mean, I'm on Xbox Live. My gamer tag will be up at the end of the video. But, you know, if you guys have any suggestions about gameplay you'd like to see, leave a comment below. I'm hoping to get maybe into Injustice 2 or Tekken 7, but I don't know what you guys feel like seeing. But I'd appreciate any comments or likes or just sharing the videos around, and I appreciate every view. Thank you guys so much, and enjoy the rest of the gameplay. I'll be back soon.
Just a prank, bro. Are we
30 seconds remaining. Enemy double kill.